Hello, Stormont Presbyterian Church. This is Charlie coming to you with an update. We have met as a session this past week and discussed all the things that are going on both in the state of North Carolina and in the life of the church and in our community in regards of how we respond to where we are in the phased opening of the state of North Carolina. We have had a team hard at work playing out some scenarios of what it would look like if we returned to in-person worship in our building here during Phase 2. We have closely been studying guidelines put out by the state, by the CDC, and other places, and also our insurance company to see the things that we would have to do in order to make it safe. As you might imagine, that list was quite long, requiring folks to wear masks, requiring folks to social distance. We would be unable to sing as a congregation. We would be unable to gather more than a certain amount of people in the sanctuary, so we would have to space them out in different rooms, in different groups. The more we played out these scenarios, the more that the session decided that this was not the appropriate time to return to in-person indoor worship at Starmount Presbyterian Church. We did not set a date for when we will begin indoor worship. We will just continue to study the issue. We will continue to listen to the updates that are put out by the state authorities and continue to make those plans. And so, as I said, we don't have a particular date that we're looking for, but we are going to just study it, and until further notice, we are going to work on ways that we can continue the life and mission and ministry of our church. Now, one of the things that we are going to do is, since some of the guidelines have changed, allowing for some outdoor things, we are going to begin to explore the idea of some kind of outdoor gathering. Probably not a full worship service as we would recognize it. It may be a fellowship event. It may be simply a drive-in kind of thing where people drive in, stay in their cars, and then leave after we're done. We're not exactly sure what it's going to look like, but we are going to wait for further guidance to come out later this week from the state. And then we are going to gather a group of people to begin to look at what some kind of gathering may look like. Because we do know it is important, and we know some of y'all are longing to see each other again. We just want to make sure we do so safely and with the care of everyone in mind, as I know you all do as well. We are continuing to make sure that we are serving all the different needs of the people in our church. There are some who are very tech savvy, some who are seeing all of our updates on Facebook or watching worship videos or getting our emails. We know some may not be doing that. And so one of the things that Session is going to do is to try to kind of do a sort of a technology survey of those members to make sure that those that maybe can't access our worship videos, we want to be creative and think of some ways that we can continue to serve that population. Just because it appears that this we are not going to have a quick return to in-person worship. And so we want to make sure for the weeks and months to come, we continue to serve all those people who are a part of our community of faith. We are going to be planning a congregational meeting coming up. There are a few items of business that need to be taken care of, including officially voting on our nominating committee and presenting the budget. We were originally supposed to have that congregational meeting right at the end of March, so right before we suspended in-person worship. And so the session has called a congregational meeting for Sunday, June the 14th, and we are going to do this congregational meeting by Zoom. Many of us have learned more about Zoom than we ever cared during these last few weeks, but we are going to put together a congregational meeting on a Zoom call. We will make sure we get some instructions out to everybody. So if you have not done Zoom in the past, we want to make sure that you are able to participate in this call. You don't even have to have a computer to participate in the congregational meeting, we can simply share some phone numbers and some passwords with you so you can just dial with your phone and you can listen and participate in the meeting that way. So we want to make sure we get those information out. So look for more details on that coming out soon. We will be continuing to offer updates as we learn more information. There is a new page to our website coming out. It's going to be sort of a COVID-19 landing page. This is going to sort of be the place where we are going to post updates and information as we learn new things, as different committees and groups and staff come up with new things, new creative ways that we can continue to be the church. So we ask that you would keep checking back in on that page often, as we hope to update it every time we have something to share. And we do ask that you keep us in prayer as we are keeping you in prayer. This is an unprecedented time. There is no instruction manual. There is no guidebook to figure out how we do this. And so we know that whatever happens, that God's presence is with us, that we will continue to be the church in whatever ways we can gather, or even in ways that we have to stay apart. We will continue to serve the mission and life of this church as we serve the calling of Jesus Christ on our lives. So if you have any questions or concerns, we do ask that you call the church office. Our number is working. We can get you to the right person. You can also contact staff members individually through their emails and cell phones too. Let us know if you have questions. We continue to pray for you. Continue to pray for us as we learn how to be the church in this new and different time.